It all began 2 years ago, when KG and Ian, a former trainee, started growing Japanese strawberries in the Philippines. But now they are doing construction work? Have they really changed careers? So what on earth happened to their strawberry farm? About 250 kilometers north of Manila in the Philippines lies the highland area of La Trinidad in Benguet Province. In this area, where strawberry farming is thriving, they planted Japanese strawberry seedlings that seemed hardy enough to grow even by the roadside. The Philippines has only 2 seasons, the rainy season and the dry season. During the rainy season, heavy rain falls non-stop, and flooding can happen very quickly, even in town. The strawberry fields in La Trinidad were no exception. Last year alone, they were hit by floods 4 times. And the Japanese strawberries were nearly wiped out. They could not let things go on like this. To find a way to protect the farm from flooding, KG traveled to the Philippines to join Ian. The first idea was to build a greenhouse. After all, they needed something to shield the plants from rain and wind. They also decided to stop growing the strawberries directly in the ground and instead raise them up, by switching to elevated cultivation using planters set higher off the ground. But as farmers, they simply could not afford expensive equipment. Was there any way to keep costs down while also making the setup more efficient? Could stacked beer bottle crates be used for elevated cultivation? But they were told they could not buy them in the quantity they needed. Then they wondered if plastic pipes could be used as planters instead. But the pipes were too small to work well as planters. And the yield was not as high as they had hoped. KG traveled from Japan to visit Ian again and again. And for more than 6 months, they kept working through one idea after another. Then, at last, the flood control plan they had worked so hard on was finally put into action. There stood the frame of a greenhouse made of steel pipes. To keep costs down, Ian and his friends gathered the materials themselves and built it by hand from scratch. They also brought in extra soil and raised the ground level, giving the field much better protection from flooding. And for the planters, they decided to use these Japanese-made pots. Because they have slits in the bottom, they drain very well, which makes them perfect for a rainy climate.
Maganda to kasi dito dadaloy yung tubig, saka may hangin. Tapos yung roots niya, the root here will a lot of space to spread.
These slit pots are made by Kaneya, a company based in Aichi Prefecture. Thanks to KG's existing business relationship with the company, they generously agreed to provide as many as 2,000 slit pots free of charge. And this year, inside the newly completed greenhouse, the slit pots shipped from Japan were carefully arranged by Ian and his son.
Thank you for this pot because it's durable in good quality. Mata domo arigatou gozaimashita.
Then, in February, they filled the pots with soil and began planting the seedlings. If all goes well, the Japanese strawberries should begin bearing fruit in April.